start in the thick of earnings, and we've got John Owen, Group CEO at Mastek, joining in the show right now. John, hi, afternoon. It's been a steady quarter for you, Q4. Sequentially, the revenue growth has been subdued, though, on a year-on-year basis, but the momentum continues along with gradual margin improvement. How would you sum up the quarter on a sequential basis?
And I think I would agree with you. I think the trend is positive, the trajectory is positive. I think if you look at the quality, the growth rate, it's more subdued than we would have liked, and that's primarily because of two reasons. One, we reset our business in the US that we announced in Q3. Based on that, we've also had some ramp downs of some legacy projects. And in the UK, we obviously get some modest wins from the uncertainty of Brexit. So I think in both the US and the UK, despite that, we've able to grow, and we've recorded our 12th consecutive quarter of growth. But I think as we go into the new financial year, we are looking to accelerate that growth with both an organic and an inorganic strategy.
Right. Hi, then. Can you tell us what exactly have been the TCV deal wins? Are we seeing an uptick in the larger deals, and what does your overall pipeline look like at the current juncture?
So the pipeline's increasing. We're probably 20% above going into Q1 in pipeline than Q4. What I would say is, certainly in the UK market, Brexit has created uncertainty, particularly in the private sector. So I think the investments are probably dampened on decision making, so things are tending to move to the right. In the government sector, there is still uncertainty. They're looking at, is it a deal or no deal? And I think certainly, although the final date is now October the 31st, I still think the contingency planning will go on, which is going to basically probably create a little bit of inertia in the UK public. That being said, I'm very confident our revenues are resilient and will continue to grow. To answer the question about contract values, I think they are moving up. I think when we started digital about 3 years ago as Mastek, our average order value was about probably £500,000. I think now it's moving up to the 7-8 million, and we have taken some double-digit contracts over the last 12 months. So I think confidence in Mastek as an engineering partner and a digital partner is increasing, and I expect us to continue to grow.
What kind of growth are you seeing in the US? Just take us through the kind of traction as well that you're seeing across key verticals.
Yeah, so the key vertical for the US has been our retail business, and that's where we do digital commerce, and we help new sort of age retailers build their online presence. That has grown, and that's where our future is, and that's grown about 1.5%. Again, we're resetting the management and the whole business strategy in the US. We did have some legacy contracts in the financial services that have ramped down. That's nothing to do with the vertical, that's more to do with one project specific. But I think, if I look at pipeline and if I look at execution, both the UK and the US should return to growth and a more robust growth going into Q1 and Q2. Obviously, notwithstanding the challenges of a Brexit in the UK.
So how are you looking at scaling up digital over the next 12 months?
I think there's two things. One, we've always been on a strategy of Vision 2020, which is a 3-year strategy. We executed year 1, which was our fix. We just completed year 2, which is our win, and we've taken more new logos in the last 12 months than Mastek has in the last 3 years. So I think we've got the fundamentals in the organisation to grow. As we go into the 3rd year, our fiscal 20, this has been sort of phrased, this is our growth stage, and this is where we'll grow both organically, and I think we have a good operating model to grow, and we've got a good pipeline as we discussed earlier, but I think we'll also use our inorganic strategies to accelerate market growth. So we will both acquire companies that can accelerate our footprint and our capacity to bring more digital services to our customers.
John, also, Brexit has been postponed for now, but remains a macro overhang on your business. How is it reflecting in client outlook, and your incremental growth as substantial business still comes from that geography?
It does, and I think 75% of our business comes from the UK, and of probably 40% of our business comes from the UK public sector. So it is a very important sector to us. And you're right, it will have a bit of an overhang. That being said, I think we do have good visibility into the projects. I think we have revenue resilience in those projects. But I think where it's probably it dampens our growth a little bit, because I think lots of the civil servants are either doing contingency planning or they're not, because the outlook doesn't look clear. They're holding back on investment decisions. What I would say strategically, if the UK does come out, and it doesn't matter if it's a soft Brexit or a hard Brexit, there are certain infrastructure that the UK has to build because it's relied on the European Union for the last 30 years, 40 years to deliver it. Things like rural payments. So I think there are lots of projects and there's lots of investment in the pipeline, but until there's clarity on what Brexit looks like, it's very hard for the procurement teams to issue those, and that's obviously where the pipeline in the market for us to compete is dampened somewhat. But I think strategically the outlook's good, the trajectory's good. We're not falling off a cliff as you would in a traditional market. I think we've got revenue resilience. However, the rate of growth will be dampened until there is certainty on Brexit.
Okay, John, good luck with the future quarters, and I'm sure we'll speak again soon. Great to have you on the show.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Okay, that's the word coming in from the Mastek management. Pretty hopeful on what they hope to deliver from here. Good day for the equity markets, bad day for Jet. Take it across to Nayanthara Raj. She joins in with some more exclusive details. Nayanthara.